What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, we got Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions. Oscar De La Hoya promotes Mexican superstar title contender, undefeated Vergil Ortiz Jr. Vergil Ortiz Jr. is 24 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. And now they are desperate. They are very, very desperate. And they are doing their best to attempt to get the Phenom, as I refer to him as, undefeated, two-division world champion, former unified lineal IBF WBA Ring Magazine welterweight champion, and now the unified WBO WBA junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, who has 36 wins, no loss, no draw, 32 wins by way of knockout, Jaron Boots Ennis, the Phenom. They both had opportunities to make the fight happen, and it didn't come to fruition. But now that Jaron Ennis' stock is quickly and drastically rising after beating Xander Zayas, right? And the manner in which he beat Xander Zayas, in the exciting fight he beat Xander Zayas in, and it's gonna go down to one of the best fights of this year, and he's the unified champion, and now he calls the shots. Initially in the negotiations, they wanted to call all the shots. Jaron Ennis couldn't wear colorful gloves. Jaron Ennis couldn't have his beard how he normally keeps his beard. He got to cut his beard. Just ridiculous demands. Vergil's name had to be first on the promotion. They wanted to walk first, right? But now the ball is in Jaron Ennis' court. And Oscar got to make something shake, since he knows now that Vergil is willing to part ways with him. He attempted to part ways with Oscar, and Oscar knows this, right? Now Oscar is desperate to give Vergil the fight that Vergil wants, which is Jaron Boots Ennis. He's desperate. And so now he's saying, oh, we can make the fight happen with Jaron Boots Ennis, and we'll concede to him being the A side. Right. Now he's willing to concede to Jaron Boots Ennis being the A side and making all the money. We know he deserves the biggest share of the pie now, right? Yeah, they're desperate. Oscar's desperate. The reason Oscar's desperate is like I just said, he knows Vergil now at this stage of his career is willing to leave him. He knows Vergil is willing to leave, and now Oscar's desperate. And now he's like, I got to satisfy Vergil Ortiz because he's going to leave. Yeah, he's going to leave. I know he's going to leave. So now he's desperate. He's desperate, Oscar is. And he wants to concede to Jaron Ennis. He knows now that Jaron Ennis has options, right? He got those two belts now, right? He got options. It's just like, you trying to talk to a female and she feel like you don't have a lot of value, right? But then you start getting your body in shape. You get a great job. You get a great car, right? Now your options have exploded. Now you got a lot of options. And now suddenly she's like, hey, let's hang out. I'll come to your house. I'll pay for the dinner. Where'd that come from? Because she knows you have options. But before she realized you have options, oh, you was just a can she could kick down the street. You need me. Ain't nobody checking for you. That's the situation here with Vergil and Oscar. They understand. Jaron Ennis gets this fight with Josh Kelly, who Josh Kelly is the IBF champion and is willing to fight Jaron Ennis and is with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom CEO and DAZN. Now, Jaron Ennis gets the fight with Josh Kelly. He holds 3 belts. Guess what? He becomes attractive now to who? Sebastian Fundora, the Towering Inferno, who's getting ready to satisfy his mandatory, which means he ain't got to fight Vergil as his mandatory. Vergil's the WBC interim champion, but they just leapfrog Vergil for them all to be his mandatory, which means he don't have to fight Vergil next, Sebastian Fundora, because he satisfied his mandatory. So he got a whole year or more before he got to revisit a mandatory in Vergil. And he's with the PBC. So guess what? Jaron Ennis becomes suddenly very attractive to Vergil Ortiz, who got 3 belts. And is making a claim that he's the best fighter in the division. Now you Sebastian Fundora, what you do? You got 1 belt. You want to be the best fighter in the division. And now Jaron Ennis is going to be calling your name, Fundora. So that makes Fundora very, very attracted to Jaron Ennis, which leaves Vergil Ortiz where? On the back burner. Who's he going to fight? Now Oscar's talking about Vergil fighting Tim Tszyu, who just beat Errol Spence. Options. He's running out of options. He don't have options. Point blank and period. And now they're desperate and willing to concede to anything to make the fight happen. I bet you all. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.